Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. So today is our first day of our new series. We're going to be working on this series for 7 weeks. It's called Finding Yourself in Transition, is the book that we're studying by Robert Brummett. And we're doing home groups. You get the opportunity one time during the week to go to someone's home or meet people here at the church. We have all kinds of different times that I'll give you later and let you know when they're available. And we've got all kinds of fun activities that you do during the hour and a half that you're together, and you discuss these ideas of transitioning through change. Robert Brummett brings up this idea of change. He says in our lifetime, in our lifestyle, we do everything very mechanically. And he describes himself buying a car. Like, you go into the car dealership, you pick one out, you sign the paperwork, you do everything you're supposed to do, cross all your T's and dot your I's, and after you finish doing all of that, then you've had success and you get to drive away with your car. He says most of our lives have become mechanical in that way. Whereas what the earth does, what our body does, what early civilization, not so early, not that long ago actually, it was more of a process. You know, I mentioned it a couple weeks ago that when I go to the grocery store now, I'm confused about what season it is. Because you can buy everything any time of the year. Now, don't let them fool you though, it does not taste the same. But it's there. So I can't look at cherries and go, oh, it's June. I can't look at citrus and go, yay, it's January. Because it's all there all the time. So we are losing, or have been losing, the process of process. And watching the change as a natural process. And so for some of us, when we go through something difficult, oh, let's be honest, any change is difficult, right? Any change at all, it does not matter, even if it's something that you've asked for. I remember changing a job one time, and I wanted to change jobs very badly, and I was so happy that I got the job. Not that I didn't like the job I had, but this new job, oh, it was going to be, it was going to cure everything in my life, the new job. And I got it, and I was very excited about it. But that does not mean that I didn't have these worries and concerns. Well, did they not want to keep me? Did I not do a good job? Did I? Was I? And I wanted the change. Every single one of us want change. Very, very few people want to change. Right? It's a tough thing. So any kind of transition that we're going through needs to be given the respect of the process. It'd be nice if we could say, okay, this horrible thing, in my opinion, just happened. My life just changed dramatically. Let me sign the paperwork, fold it up, tuck it in an envelope, put it in the glove box, and now I'm done. But that's not the way it goes. That's how we do a lot of our life, though, isn't it? Very mechanically. We get up with an alarm clock. We go to bed when we think we're supposed to, not necessarily when we're tired, but when we think we're supposed to, so that we can get back up at the time that we're supposed to. How many of you actually know what your natural sleep cycle would be? Yeah, me too. I know what mine is. Don't get to experience it often, but I would stay up until 2 in the morning. And the weirdest thing, I love 2 in the morning, that's the time for me to go to sleep. 9:15 on the nose is when I wake up. Not 9 o'clock, not 9:05, but 9:15 on the nose. That's my regular, but how often do you actually get to do that? Not if you work for a living usually, right? So everything that we do now is all under this mechanical behavior. And we try to deal with our change and our stress that same way. And it doesn't work. We can't just pack it away. He talks about 3 stages of change. Anytime that there's a change in your life, something ends. Then there's that middle part. He calls it the void. That's the uncomfortable part that I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know where this is going. Even if you do know where it's going, I'm not there yet. And then there's the new beginning, or the rebirth. 3 stages in change. In every single change in your life, there's an end to something. You know, you walk through that door and it closes and it either disappears or it locks, but you can't go backward. And then you're standing in the hallway. You don't see the next door, you don't see the window, but you're standing in the doorway. That's the void, the uncomfortable part. But then you do reach the new doorway or reach the window, and you get a rebirth or a new beginning. You know, we celebrated New Year's Eve here. I am so confused about the days. Talk about not knowing. Yeah. It was a blast. It was just a blast. I am so glad each and every one of you came out just so that I could have a party. We had a big dance floor. We had tables all around. The entire sanctuary was transformed. It was magnificent. We all dressed up. Oh, it was just so much fun. And great food. Too much fun. The funny part is, by midnight, how many people do you think were here at midnight? Can you count my fingers? There were 6 of us here at midnight. And 4 of the 6 were cleaning up. Hence the reason the ball drop is still there. We decided, no, we're not going to do the ball drop. We're going to wait and do that ball drop on Sunday. When everybody's awake. And here. So did anybody here do any New Year's resolutions?
We're also perfect right where we're at.
Praise God. Who says that? You get a gold star, A+. Good for you. That's awesome. Yeah.
We quit smoking a week before.
Yay. Yay. Yes. And been there, done that. Yes. What a great thing. When the doctor knew I was going to quit smoking, he said, send me a postcard from the European trip you take from all the money you save for not smoking. And that is no way, that is so true today. I almost had a heart attack when I saw somebody buy a pack of cigarettes in front of me in lines. I'm looking around to say, what is it? He just spent $8 on it. Yeah. I almost died. Anyway. So, we are going to pull the balloon drop. We're going to say, 1, 2, 3, Happy New Year together. And Eric's going to pull the ripcord. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Well, I don't think it was actually supposed to leave that end. This is a brand new thing. We've never gotten together in an evening for a formal dinner and done anything like that before. Is this going to work? Are people going to come? Is it going to be fun? We're all hanging out in the hallway going, la, 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 la. And then we saw the door, came through it, and everybody started coming through it, and we all had a wonderful time. But there is that part in the middle where we don't know what's going to happen. We don't know whether or not it's even a good idea. We have a tendency to doubt the things that we knew intuitively beforehand. Yay! Yeah, just one more of those things we didn't see happening. That was not on the video. So I wanted to read to you, I was going to read to you Ecclesiastes today, 3:1 through 8. There's a time for all things under heaven. But then I decided, no, we're going to listen to it. Who does not love that song? Who did not know it was actually in the Bible? Yay! I'm glad I could share that with somebody today. Woohoo! Yeah. And you know, who knew that verbiage taken straight out of the Bible would be a #1 hit?
Right.
Awesome. So for the next 7 weeks, what we're going to do is try to remind ourselves to stay in the process of change. Not try to fix the change by doing, you know, folding it all up, getting it all neatly, and tuck it away, but to be in the process, to spend the time doing what is the next natural thing to do, to spend time here in the middle in the hallway without knowing exactly whether or not that other door or window is going to come around. And I can tell you that it always does. But that doesn't mean that it doesn't feel scary anyway. Right? Because nothing ever stays the same. A lot of times, I know especially with my daughter growing up, I loved 4. But then she turned 4 and a half, and I loved 7. But that only lasted a while. Then I adored 12. You know, but it changes. It keeps, even the things you want to stay the same never stay the same. We are in constant state of change. And learning to be comfortable in that change is what we're going to be working on over the next 7 weeks. We're going to look at really experiencing those stages of change. Recognizing the ending. Because sometimes things change and we don't really recognize that something's ending. So we don't give it the proper grieving process that it should have, right? Recognizing that something's ending. Understanding that we're moving forward into virtually the unknown until we have that opportunity for rebirth or a new door. We just experienced this process through the Christmas season. So this is a perfect time for us to be looking into this. And I'm very excited about all of you coming through this journey with me. So I'll explain later in the announcements all the different opportunities you have to join a home group. And the first one starts today with Miss Deanne Terrell. She's going to be our facilitator. So God bless you all and Happy New Year, and thank you all for being willing to step through. Somebody told me about 15 minutes before the party started, said, you know, Roxanne, you are pushing us way out of our comfort zone. Yeah. But I have to tell you that you guys push me way out of my comfort zone all